Hello friends, welcome to my channel Maths Pursuit. Today under the topic statistics, let us try to understand what is statistics and how many methods are there for calculating mean or average value. And we will definitely go through the three methods like direct method, arithmetic mean method and step deviation method. So let's see. So today we are going to look into statistics. First of all, let us try to understand what is statistics. Statistics is nothing but it is the collection and analysis of data. That means whatever the data we collect and how we analyze it and what the result we get from this analysis is known as statistics. Now let me take one example. Let's say in a class there are many students in a class, so they could be boys or girls. So one type of statistics or one type of data could be like dividing the class in the form of boys and girls. So the number of boys and number of girls, it forms a data. This is also a part of statistics. Again, we can divide the class depending upon their age, depending upon their height. So all these things forms a data. So this collection of data is known as statistics. That's all. For the timing, let us remember this much only, that the collection of data and analyzing and interpreting the data is known as statistics. Now, in our subject, that we are going to study here is there are like how we need to find out the mean of a given data. So here we will see how to find out the mean of grouped data. In our previous classes we studied like how to find out the mean of ungrouped data. Here we are going to see how we are going to find out the mean of grouped data. And now let's see what is the grouped data. Let's say class interval. Most of the time you people will come across these three things. One is class interval and frequency, and class mark, that is something that we are going to derive from these two things. Mostly class interval and frequency, and class mark we can easily derive from these two things. Okay. Now in order to find out in order to find out the mean, let's say let me just first of all acquaint you like what exactly is class interval. Let's say here I'm writing 10 to 20, 20 to 30 and 30 to 40, and if I write 40 to 50. Okay. Now frequency, let's say within the age group of 10 to 20 there are five people. Within the age group of 20 to 30 there are 10 people. Just we are assuming this is not the correct data. Then within the age group of 30 to 40 there are 15 people, and here within the age group of 40 to 50 there are 20 people. Just this is an assumption. Now here this class interval like 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, we call this as a class interval, and this is grouped data. This is not ungrouped data. Ungrouped data is something, if here it would have been like 10, 20, 30, 40, that is called as ungrouped data. But with a particular interval like between 10 and 20, between 20 and 30, between 30 and 40, between 40 and 50, this is called as grouped data. And this is frequency, like how many people are there within the age group of 10 to 20, 5. How many people are there within the age group of 20 to 30, or how many people are there within the age group of 30 to 40, it is 15. Okay. So now you will come across these terms like frequency. This is called Fi or frequency, and if we do a total of this, we will write like summation of this symbol. Mostly summation of Fi is nothing but all if we add these four items, how much we are getting. So that is nothing but that is Fi. Summation of these numbers we call as Fi. Means with this symbol, this is sigma symbol, or we can call it as a summation symbol. So just we need to put this symbol and we need to write Fi is equal to this much, like 20 plus 15 is 35, 30 plus 45, altogether this is 50. Okay. So this is what we get the summation of Fi. Now what is class mark? Class mark is something like let's say here we are getting 10 to 20. Okay. Now you could see 10 is the lowest number and 20 is the highest number. 20 to 30, 20 is the lowest and 30 is the highest number. So we will call this lowest number as lower class mark. We will call this one as lower class mark, and this 20 we will call as a higher class mark. Okay. Now what is class mark? xi. How we will get class mark xi? So class mark xi we can get, class mark is represented by xi. I is nothing but it is a number which starts from 1 and ends up to infinity. So I can write class mark is equal to upper limit. Upper limit here is 20. We call this as upper limit, and the least number we call it as a lower limit. Okay. Now we can write upper class mark, or we can call it as upper class mark, and this one is lower class mark. So class mark is nothing but upper class mark plus lower class mark by 2. Okay, so class mark xi is nothing but upper class mark plus lower class mark by 2. So that means here if I consider class mark xi, so here 10 plus 20 or 20 plus 10 is 30, 30 by 2 is 15. Okay, similarly 30 plus 20 is 50, 50 divided by 2 is nothing but 25. 40 plus 30 70 divided by 2 is 35. 90, 50 plus 40 is 90, 90 divided by 2 is 45. Now guys, you could see we are getting like 15, 25, 35, 50, each with a gap of 10. 15 plus 10 is 25, 25 plus 10 is 35, 35 plus 10 is 45. And you could see the class interval gap is also, or difference is also 10, because 10 plus 10 is 20, 20 plus 10 is 30. That means if we get a class mark of the first class mark, and if the number sequence is in a particular sequence, then we can instead of doing upper class mark plus lower class mark by 2, so we can quickly do just keep on adding. With the 15 we can add 10, with 25 we can add 10, and with 35 we can add 10, and with 45 we can add 10. I believe it is clear. Just let me repeat again. So here the class mark difference is 10, and let's say if we are able to find out the first class mark 15, so instead of doing keep on finding out the class mark like upper class mark plus lower class mark by 2, we can simply first of all find out the first class mark, and we can keep on adding the difference of these between two class marks. That means here the difference is 10, so we can add 15 plus 10, we are getting 25, 25 plus 10 we are getting 35, 35 plus 10 we are getting 45. I believe till here we are pretty clear. Now we are clear that this is fi is frequency and xi is class mark. Now let us see how many methods are there for finding mean. So guys, we will come across like 3 methods. Mostly we people follow 3 methods for finding mean. One is direct method, second one is assumed mean method, and third one is step deviation method. So we will consider these 3 methods for finding mean. And one thing that you need to keep in mind, like in whatever the method we find or we calculate the mean, always our mean will be same. Whether we find the mean in direct method or assumed mean method or step deviation method, still our answer will be same. Okay. Now here guys, I'm going to put some formulas so that we need to remember some formulas so that we can find out so that these formulas will help us to identify how we are going to find out means. Like let's say direct method. I will first of all write out some formulas here, and after that we will take one example and we will see how these formulas fit into those examples. So direct method. Direct method is very simple or very easy one. Mean of to find mean in direct method, the formula is x bar is equal to summation of fi xi divided by summation of xi fi upon summation of fi. Just for the timing, try to just remember this one. Just like mean, we are going to find out mean, and our mean symbol is like x to the power bar is mean. For anything, if you are going to find out mean, just we are going to represent that particular variable and one bar sign above. So here x upon bar is equal to summation of fi xi upon summation of fi. That is one thing. Now let us move ahead and see what is the formula for the other two methods. The other two methods are like, one is assumed mean method and step deviation method. So let us see what is assumed mean method. Now assumed mean method, here in assumed mean method we are going to just assume one mean, and with the help of this assumption we are going to find out the mean. Now for the timing I will just note down the formula, and later on I will explain. You will take one example and we will see how this works. Now assumed mean method, the formula is mean, x bar is mean, is equal to a plus di bar. Okay, so here let us now analyze what are the things. Now here x bar is mean, we very well know. A is nothing, assumed mean. This is the assumption, a is assumed mean. So guys, this is what we are going to assume. Now means we will assume one mean and we will move ahead. Let's say from this class mark we can assume anything. If I assume 25, so with the help of 25 we will move ahead and we will see how we calculate with the help of assumed mean. Now di or deviation. So di is equal to, how we find out di? Di is nothing but xi minus a. Okay, xi minus a. So xi is nothing but this one, class mark minus assumed mean. So class mark minus assumed mean is the di, and similarly we can find out the mean, because here the formula is x bar is equal to a plus di bar. That means we need to find out di bar. Di bar is equal to nothing but fi di divided by fi. Okay, so this is the formula for di. So once we get the di, then we can come here and we can put the formula, like we can take a plus di, and that is going to be our assumed mean. So this is the formula. Like let's see, assumed mean method, mean is equal to a plus di. Here one new terminology comes into picture is deviation or di, and di is nothing but class mark minus assumed mean, and di is equal to summation of fi di divided by summation of fi. So this is the second method. Okay, now the final method or the last method is step deviation method. So let's see how we calculate step deviation method. So step deviation method, this is the final method out of this three method to find out the mean. So we write it as step deviation method. Now let's see what is the formula for step deviation method. The formula for step deviation method is like mean is equal to a plus ui into h. Okay, now what is h? Here h is the class height or the class interval. H is nothing but class height or class interval. I can write class height. Okay, so let's see what's class height from this example. Class height is nothing but the difference between the upper limit and the lower limit. Here the class height for all these things is 10, because 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20 is 10, 40 minus 30 is 10. So that is h. And now let's see how we can find out u. Ui is nothing but x minus a, xi minus a by h, or I can write, we very well know that xi minus a is nothing but di, so I can write di by h. Therefore for us ui is nothing but di by h, and we can write like mean ui is equal to summation of fi ui upon summation of fi. So once we are able to find out this mu I, we can put this formula x bar is equal to a plus ui to the power into h, and we can find out the mean using step deviation method. Now guys, we will just move ahead and we'll take some examples, and we will use these three different formulas and we'll see how it works. Okay, now let us use our first method, that is direct method, and find out the mean of this given data. So just I have kept intact this given data, and we are going to find out the mean using the first method, that is direct method. So first method, as per the first method, the formula is x to the power bar or mean is equal to summation of fi xi upon summation of fi. So here we have xi. Now let us take fi xi here. So just we need to take fi xi. That means we are going to multiply this 5 into 15, 10 into 25, 15 into 35 and 20 into 45, and we are going to put these formulas here. Okay, so if we multiply these things, then we will get fi xi, and the later on we will just add it and we will find out the summation of that one. So 15 5s are 75. Okay, then 25 into 10 is nothing but 250. Okay, now we need to find out 35 into 15. 35 into 15 will come to 525. Now we are going to find out 45 into 20. So 45 into 20 is equal to 900. Now we need to find out the summation. Here we have already found out the summation of frequency, which is summation of fi is equal to 50. Now let us find out the summation of these 4 items. So we can write sigma or summation symbol. Summation of fi xi is equal to, so we need to add these 4 items like 900 plus 525 plus 250 plus 75, and we need to see what exactly we are getting. So once we add this thing, we are getting 1750. Okay, now direct method, mean as per the direct method. So this is the very straightforward method. Direct method is a very straightforward method, and we can write mean is equal to x bar is equal to summation of fi xi upon summation of fi, or I can write x bar is equal to summation of fi xi is nothing but 1750 divided by 50. So summation of summation of fi xi, which is 1750, and summation of fi is 50. So we have for that reason I have written 1750 divided by 50, and that comes to 35. So guys, you could see that we are able to find out the mean here in direct method as xi, I can write is equal to 35. Now just remember that we are able to find out the mean in through direct method as x bar is equal to 35, and you will see that whatever the method we follow, we will get the same mean. Okay, now let us see how to calculate the mean using the assumed mean method. Here we have the class interval, and we have fi in the second column and a class mark in the third column. We are just we are going to use the same example, and we are going to find out the assumed mean. We are going to find out the mean using the assumed mean method. Now here the formula for assumed mean is, let me first of all write down the formula for assumed mean so that we can know that what we are need to find out. Now assumed mean formula is x bar is equal to a plus deviation, mean deviation. Now you could see that two things are coming into picture. One is assumed mean plus mean deviation. Now let us consider here assumed mean. That means from the class mark we are going to assume one mean, and we need to find out the actual mean. So let us assume the mean to be 25. I am going to assume, this is assume, I am assuming 25, you could assume 35 or 45, whatever it may be, but just for the timing let us assume 25. So here a is 25, we got the value of a is 25 here. Now let's see what is di. Di is nothing but x minus assumed mean. So di is equal to xi minus a. That means this assumed class mark minus assumed mean. So if I take class mark minus assumed mean means 15 minus a. So 15 minus 25, I am getting minus 10, and 25 minus 25 is 0, and 35 minus 25 is plus 10, 45 minus 25 is 20. So you could see that we are able to find out like di here is one is minus 10, 0, 10 and 20. Now let us find out the summation of fi di. So summation of fi di, or I can write, let us multiply first. I can write fi di here. So fi di, here di is minus 10, fi is 5. That means I can write minus 50, 5 into minus 10 is minus 50, and 10 into 0 is 0, and 15 into 10 is 1500, 1500, and 20 into 20 is 15 into 10 is 150, 20 into 20 is 400. So we are able to find out the value of fi di. Now let us sum it. So summation of fi di is equal to 400 plus 150 is 550, 550 minus 50 is 500. So we got the summation as 500. Fi di is 500. Now with that in hand, let us find out the mean deviation. Mean deviation is equal to summation of fi di by summation of fi, that is equal to 500 divided by 50, that is equal to 10. So we found out mean deviation is di, I can write mean deviation is 10. So just I will put here x bar is equal to 25 plus mean deviation, that is 10, and you could see that mean is equal to 35. Now if you remember, in the other like direct method also we got mean deviation is actual mean is 35, and here also we are able to find out the actual mean is 35. Now what we did here, just we assumed one mean from the class mark, and then we took we found out d, that is deviation, actually class mark minus mean, with the help of like this formula class mark minus a, we found out deviation, and then we found out the then we multiplied fi with di. So the multiple of fi in di, then we found out fi di, and then we took the summation of this, we found out summation of fi di is equal to 500. So mean deviation is equal to summation of fi di by summation of fi, that is equal to 500 minus 50, 500 by 50, that is equal to 10, and here x bar is equal to a plus di, here a is 25 and di we got 10, so 25 plus 10 is 35. This is the way how we are able to find out or how we are able to calculate the mean using assumed mean method. Now we will move ahead and we will see how we are going to find out the mean using the same data applying step deviation method. So let us first of all write down the formula for the step deviation method, then we will easily understand what exactly we need to find out. Now the formula for step deviation method. Step deviation method. So as we already discussed, like the formula for step deviation method is nothing but mean is equal to a plus ui, mean of ui into h. This is the formula for means formula that we need to find out mean using step deviation method. X bar is equal to a plus ui to the bar into h. Now here you could see that we need to find out ui and h. H here is nothing but here is the class interval or class height. So here class height is 10 because 20 minus 10 is 10, 30 minus 20, this difference is 10. So here h is equal to 10. Okay. Now guys, you will see that what are the things that we need to do. Like here one is like ui. So how to find out ui? So ui is like ui is equal to xi minus a, the way that we found out the assumed mean, divided by h. Okay, that means in our first instance, this one this one will become xi is 15 minus 5, which is nothing but 10 divided by 10. Okay, we'll get minus 1, and here we will get 0, and similarly 35 minus 25, 35 minus 25 is 10 by 10, again we will get 1, and here we will get 2. So guys, one thing just to note, if we are using ui, we will just put like in front of the assumed mean we can write 0, and then we can after finding one value like xi minus a by h, we can put minus 1 top and minus plus 1 on the below, and then 2, and we can move ahead. Now let us find out fi ui. So fi is 5 and ui is minus 1, so we are getting minus 5. 10 into 0 is 0, 15 into 1 15, 15 ones are 15, 22 is 40. And now we can write summation of fi ui is equal to 40 plus 15 is 55 minus 5 is 50. So we found out like summation of fi ui is equal to 50. Now here we require mean of ui. So mean of ui is equal to summation of fi ui upon summation of fi, that is equal to 50 by 5. Sorry, 50 by that is equal to 50 by 50, that is equal to 1. Now guys, we are just going to replace the data, whatever the data we have in this formula, and you will see what we are getting. So mean is equal to a our assumed mean is 25 here, 25 plus mean ui is 1 into h is nothing but the class height is 10, or I can write x mean is equal to 25 plus 10, or x bar is equal to 35. So guys, you could see that whatever the method we use, but still we are able to find out the same mean. The only thing is that we need to see where to use which method. Now let me tell you, like if we have, like if you see that the class mark is means the value or the number of class mark is more, then we can definitely use step deviation method, because this will make the figures small. Like you could see we are getting minus 1 0 1 2, so these figures are very small, and we can easily multiply fi with ui. So this is one thing we should note, and we should utilize the formulas. And believe me, like out of your experience, once you keep on practicing these questions, you can easily understand where to use which method. That's all guys. I believe you understood these three methods for calculating mean, but still if you have any question or concerns, please write to me in the comment section of this video. Definitely I will get back to you once I see your comments. Guys, please subscribe if you really like my videos. If you really like my videos, I would request you to kindly subscribe and also let your friends know. This will motivate me to create similar videos in the future. Thank you. Bye.